and TV show recaps. We review and read them too, as long as they're Black, Brian and Lamar hosting the show. Remain unbiased in case you don't know. Now you know. The number one official is out to the imagination. If you don't know, now you know.
Disclaimer: no matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you, and we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say, though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off.
Hey, you sure you good?
As long as I don't ever see her face to face again, I ain't gonna trip on none of it.
You know, I just don't want to see you, lose it. You end up doing something that you can't come back from.
Please believe me, I'm very conscious of every decision I make. I don't trust your ass.
You didn't trust us this whole time?
By no means do I take disrespect lightly. Apologize for your very disrespectful question.
Apologize for what?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. You got 5 seconds, or it's gonna get a hell of a lot more uncomfortable than it already is in this motherfucker.
We back with another one. This is an inspirational movie, Friday Night Lights, starring.
This nigga is crazy. Unstoppable.
What's the movie with Terrence Howard, the swim team?
Oh, Pride.
Coach Carter.
Blindside.
Sunset Park.
It's a very, just like you said, motivational movie, man. We've been here before, it's a true story. I'm glad I'm glad that they had the cast that they had for this story more than anything.
Yeah. But once again, I was just bullshitting. This is Unstoppable. Just to let y'all know what we're doing. One thing about the cast, though, and it haunts me and my wife. That main actor, every time I see him,
you see
always
when they see us,
nigga. It's like I can't get over it.
It's his facial expression. Those same facial expressions he made in that, he makes all the time. So,
man,
you just see his face. I was like, nigga, grow some facial hair so we can stop seeing that.
That shit sunk my heart. Like every time I see him, because when she turned around, I was like, "What you watching?" She saw him. She was like, "I'm not watching this." I'm like, "It's not the same."
Yeah, that's a one-time watch, bro.
I would never watch that movie again. That shit broke my heart. If you want to start a riot, show that, like the young niggas on the block, show them that movie and see if niggas don't get killed.
Like that movie and Rosewood back to back.
Man. man.
Yeah, man. This is Jarrell Jerome. He's been in a lot of things ever since that. That's the first thing I seen him in. I don't know what else.
It wasn't the first thing I seen him in. I don't think. I think the first thing I seen him in was Moonlight.
Oh yeah, I never saw Moonlight.
Yeah, Moonlight is a good movie. It's a one-time watch too.
Yeah.
I seen him in a couple of other things after this though. He was in that one good that show was hella good. I don't know if you watched it.
I'm a Virgo. We watched it together.
No, not I'm a Virgo. It was like another one. It's like everybody's lives was connected, almost like Crash.
Oh, okay.
but it wasn't Crash. I can't think of what it was called. It was a good ass show though.
I'm looking at all his stuff right now. It's like he had When They See Us. They had Full Circle. I'm a
Full
Virgin.
Circle.
Okay, I never seen that one.
No, that shit was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, like you said, he's one of them actors now. But I'm haunted by When They See Us. I'm haunted by his performance in When They See Us.
Yeah.
Of course, they got the great Don Cheadle, one of the greatest. Jennifer Lopez. Her husband, who was he's normally funny and shit.
Yeah.
To see him in here was weird. To see him take that turn was weird.
It says Bob Cannavale. Yeah.
And then his coach, who's always funny and shit too.
His coach? Oh, you talking about Michael Pena? Ain't that Baby Joker? Baby Joker.
Yeah.
And Michael T. Williams.
Yeah. So this is the true story about a boy growing up with one leg and succeeding in wrestling.
Yeah.
Up in college, succeeding, and all the things he had to go through. It's it like we named all the stories before. It's kind of along the lines of everything else you've seen. Like I would say one thing about watching this though, and I don't know if you probably tell me it's the way it's edited or the way it's directed. It was a lot of scenes where I didn't know how I was supposed to feel in that scene. Like that, like when you first get the interaction with the dad coming in and interacting with the family, it's awkward as fuck. Like I don't know if it's supposed to be like a family fun moment or if this dude's a asshole. I couldn't tell.
So I thought it was for that part, I felt like it was well written only because like anytime I anticipated like bad stuff to happen, it didn't happen. So it's just like in that first scene, I'm thinking I was like, I already kind of knew what dad he was gonna be, but he wasn't that bad early on.
That's what I'm saying. It was weird.
Yeah, he was just kind of like you could just tell he was one of them like dads that kind of said things that are possibly could hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
Like, he was just like everybody having a good time. We were just like that's why you got an F on your report card, like in front of everybody. He was just like,
because this whole thing. So we start off with him in a match where he's clearly trying to impress the coaches.
Yeah.
In high school, and then he doesn't get to go to the college he wants to, but he gets an exception into a college that he feels like isn't good enough. But they're giving him a full ride. So when the dad brings that up, I'm like in that moment, like, what is he gonna say? Like, but he's making the shit the dad was saying was making sense, but I couldn't tell if he was being an asshole or not. That's what was weird about it.
Yeah, he was being both. Like I felt like he was in the middle. Like this whole movie was I felt like he was in the middle up until the point to where it was obviously
what you knew.
Yeah. So, yeah, but his I don't know, I started seeing this movie from a different angle at one point because like I already knew where it was going, so I made my own movie out of it. So I'm literally watching like I can't wait till he break his dad's neck. That was what I was waiting for like the whole time.
That's assumed like he gonna beat his daddy. Yeah, like it's assumed like you know it's gonna come to that.
I was waiting for that moment because I knew he was gonna win. I knew he was going to be like the guy that, he overcame all of his. I mean, he has one leg. He has to overcome more things than all of the regular wrestlers. Like, he's literally hiking up a mountain in crutches. Like,
right. Which I think is fucked up.
I don't give a fuck what kind of coach you are, nigga. Like, that nigga has a disability. He should be doing something else. That nigga had to run and put a weight under his arm. Now, I get that it showed his, like, he was motivated, you know what I mean? He didn't want to be treated any differently, but come on, bro. Like, this nigga took his shirt off, wrapped a weight around it, and then ran with crutches. Like, at the same speed as everybody else.
You could give him a pass on that. Like, come on, man. Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, just do some push-ups, man. just do some push-ups with some squats or something. You know what I mean? Like, doing squats to me, I would have been like, yo, he's killing it.
He's on one leg though.
It don't matter. Dude, he hiked up a mountain in crutches, bro. You know
with squats, you can't use crutches. So he's gonna squat on one leg. How you gonna balance?
Man, just one-on-one. Like, get some one weight over here and just squat. Like, cause he can balance himself really well. Like, you see how he just stand up and don't move. He can squat. Like, that's way easier than hiking with crutches. Is insane. Nigga, running the track with crutches is insane.
That was crazy. That was crazy. But like you said, and he's beating some of them. Like,
dude, he's keeping up.
Well, how could you, as a coach, how do you not cut every nigga that he's beating? Like, y'all just go in the locker room. Don't come over here. Go in the locker room.
Hey, y'all, everybody cut but him. Give me your scholarship. We giving it to him because bro killing it out here. I was also glad it was a lot of things in this movie, a lot of things in this movie that I expected to happen and it didn't. So I
was gonna say that too.
Yeah, I appreciated that because I was hoping that he didn't get like bullied by his teammates and shit. Like I didn't feel like going through that. Like, you know what I mean? Like look at him. Like, you know, none of that.
I was anticipating one person at least to call him a nigga.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm so glad. I'm so done with like just because he's black shows. Like, come on, man. Now one thing, I don't want to cut you off, but one thing that really fucked me up was the flashback scene. Was when
man, that's if you didn't know if the dad was an asshole or not,
that was it.
That was confirmation for you.
Yeah, that was cool.
That interaction, him just for no apparent reason, he just kicking. He was like 7 years old, and his dad just like, hey, you know I'm not your dad, right? He has the same name as you. You know I'm not. You know I'm not your dad. That's my son. The boy next to you, that's my son.
You're like, nigga, so be grateful. I was like, that kind of thing sticks with a kid forever. So it's almost like you got to watch what you say to children because that helped. That's the only thing he ever heard from his pops or his stepdad, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but it's like it didn't even need to be said. That's the fucked up part. Like, not necessarily watch what you say. It didn't need to be said. The reveal didn't need to happen, and you didn't have to add the be grateful. It's like I'm 7 years old. I'm kicking. I'm having a good time with my little brother in the car seat. And you just, hey, let me fuck your life up right quick and smile. Your mom's coming back.
Right. He pretty much said feel special. Like without saying it. Like you should.
No, that's what he said. Be grateful.
Be grateful because, nigga, I ain't your daddy.
But then it's like in the moment they also show how his mind is fucked up too. Because after he says be grateful, he's like be grateful because I'm here for you. And he looked forward again, was like, because I never had that. My dad was never around. So it's like you see he's fucked up in the mind, but it's like he doesn't even know he's saying fucked up shit. To him he said nothing wrong. To him he felt like I didn't say anything wrong in that moment.
Yeah, I assumed that his dad was an alcoholic without seeing him drink.
I thought he was cheating.
Oh, okay. Well, that too, but because he got accused of cheating. That's when he put a hole in the wall. But yeah, I assumed that he was an alcoholic when he said he was going out with his boys. I almost thought the nigga was on heroin when his son found the Band-Aids in the trash can. I was like, this nigga's shooting.
Oh yeah. I was like, that was weird. But the only reason I assumed he was cheating because when they first got after the college shit and they first got home, the mom asked the other boy, he was like, where was your dad? And he was like, he had to work late. And she was like, how long you been gone? And then he shows up. But when he shows up, it's all good. Like, this is why I'm saying that it was weird. The direction of this movie was weird. Like you're like you said, you left to assume your own feelings.
Yeah.
So when he walks in, it's like this is the first time seeing him. He walks in with hella in and out. He's like the cool dad. Everybody's cheering. But then the mom and the main son are looking at, what's the main son's name? I don't want to disrespect.
Oh, Anthony Robles in the movie.
Yeah, so Anthony and the mom are kind of looking at him, but it's not like a mean look. It's just awkward. Like they kind of look at him like they want to ask like, where the hell you been? But they're not. It's like they're having a fun family moment.
Right. Like let's just deal with this. Like we know who he is, and we almost like both of them know what's up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm on edge the whole time he's in there. Like I said, I'm expecting him to say something to fuck up the mood.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't. But my expectation, every time he's in the room, I'm uncomfortable like everybody else is uncomfortable. Like, what is this nigga about to say?
So did you also get uncomfortable when he couldn't find his phone and the daughter had it?
This is what I'm saying. I thought the daughter was going to be like, mommy, look. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is about to get busted.
I thought it was going to be a Tito moment. I ain't going to lie. When
I thought that afterwards.
Yeah. I was just like, he about to slap the shit out of this girl, and it's about to fuck up the whole movie for me.
But that's what I'm saying. Everything was so uncomfortable when he's in these scenes. So now that I think about it, it is a smart direction. I was confused, but it's a smart direction because you're just as uneasy as everybody else is.
Right. Yeah. It was a good build up. The actual story of him being great is almost not the biggest part of the movie. It's, you know, it's like the fact that he got a story. Of course, he's great. You know what I mean? Like he beat these guys that, you know, were, you know, the top wrestlers or whatever in the country and whatnot, and he had one leg doing it. You know what I mean?
Also working a full-time job cleaning airplanes with one leg.
Hey, so
Gangster shit. That's it.
He was killing it and keeping good grades. Was just like, you can't get no better than that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Day. And you know, he showed heart pretty much throughout the whole thing, even though he got a little, like when he had that the matchup that I thought was the end of the movie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, I thought it was a wrap.
When he lost?
Yeah. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's how the movie gonna end. So he
lost hella fast too. That shit was quick.
Yeah, he got too aggressive and thought that, you know, I don't know, whatever happened with him at the time, he felt that he was like, man, it's like the worst thing or whatever to lose. But I don't know what happened, why he chose to do that and not, you know, you do the regular technical fight that he usually does. I don't feel like they explained that really.
Oh no, you talk about how he went against the grain of what he normally does.
Right.
It was he was anxious. So this is the same dude that basically in his mind took his scholarship. So you remember when in the beginning he wins the award, dude hops off like disrespectfully. I thought it was disrespectfully, but I don't know. He hops off the podium while they getting their awards, and he goes up to the guy to get it to shake his hand like I gotta accept it. But this is the same school. He's his main focus. This is his Princeton.
Right. Yeah.
So his whole thing is like, I gotta show him up to show them that they was wrong for picking him over me.
Right.
Because he was number one, and all the college picked everybody else except him.
Yeah, it's almost like
also an important part to me was he didn't just. I'm glad they explained that he didn't just turn down the full ride. He did it because he felt like he needed to help his mom.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I can't leave because now my dad just left on some bullshit, and she's stuck by herself, can't pay for shit.
Yeah, I'd have been mad as hell, nigga, if I did all of that. And I came home and y'all dancing in the kitchen.
That's the reality, though. That shit is.
She had a fresh tattoo. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, what are we doing here, man?
But that's a real life thing. That really happens.
Hey, bro, when bro came up to his dad, comes up to Anthony and start going like this, he was just like looking at that nigga in the neck. I was just like, yo, I broke that nigga's neck. That shit stressed me out just seeing it. He was just like, hey, what do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you think about the dad's young speech sometimes? Because he'd be like, bro, you tripping. Like
I didn't even peep.
I forgot what he told him. Like, I'll straight drop you, bro. He said some shit like that. And I was just like, why is he talking to him like that? Like a young nigga.
He was just like, yeah, he did. He was just like, man, you think you use that wrestling stuff ain't gonna do nothing. I'll mess around and da-da-da-da. I'm like, hey, man, I already knew his son was about to beat the brakes off of him. When he didn't fall, when he didn't even have his crutches, that nigga pushed him, and that nigga was like, nigga, balance. But that nigga,
hey, when he talked about that nigga said, you better get him off me.
Put that nigga in the chicken wing and kept pushing.
It's about to get serious.
That shit was funny. J-Lo was just like, you know what? Keep on choking that nigga, man.
I also think it's dope to see like all the enemies he was battling, and then the most important enemy was his dad in that moment when he was like, I got to practice match to see if I make the team.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll come to good. And it's funny because it's like all happening one time. So they getting ready to leave for the practice match, but he gets the phone call. And dude like, yeah, don't call him to the phone. Just tell him when you get fired, you get your shit and get out. So he already knew you got fired,
right?
But you still passing your little judgment, making your little comments towards me. And I'm going somewhere in my life. But then it's like, now you want to come to my wrestling match. And the whole time you at the wrestling match, you looking at me like you're going to lose. Like you keep treating me like I'm special already.
Right. He was looking at that nigga like, nigga, you trash. And they called him a bottom. Yeah. Like, nigga, you just like a bottom. You was like, I was like, God damn.
He said, you on the bottom just like a bitch. I'm just saying, it's like, ugh. Like this is.
And there was a kind of a hint of him wanting acceptance still from that nigga, even though he was a dick. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Got him on the ground, like he couldn't focus on anybody but somebody.
It was like everybody was gone but him.
Right. So it's like he still wanted acceptance from the only father that he knew. But and another place where I thought the movie was going that it didn't, I'm glad it didn't, is I thought Little Joker was gonna get with the mom.
That did cross my mind when he pulled up with that box in the car.
Yeah.
I was like, here we go. Little joke about the goose.
So, what you doing tomorrow night? No locked doors. No. Yeah.
There's a lot of places I thought this movie was gonna go, and it didn't. And I'm happy about it.
Yeah, like the only predictable part is you can't even call it predictable because it's a true story. Like nigga won.
Mhm.
Nigga was great and he won.
Yeah. You know he was gonna win.
Right. So
But it's just seeing the challenges he got. Oh, let me ask you this too. So there was a scene where he comes out the house with his mom, and dude across the street is like, "Oh, Anthony," and he's just like, "Whoa, yeah." He's doing all this shit, and the mom was like, "That's not your friend."
right.
I didn't take it that he was making fun of him, but the mom did. But I think she was more so like, in hindsight, I think she was saying, "Stay away from him because he on bullshit."
Right. I think he was just they never explained who he was as a character, but apparently he's just like a bad guy. And his mom probably wanted him to stay away from bad guys. And another thing that probably, like what you were just saying right now, like making fun of him, I noticed that he didn't take nobody's leg shot seriously. Anytime somebody said something about his leg, nigga just
Yeah. Like, I don't give a fuck. Also, did you know? Okay, so when he's coming home, this is when we see that the dad's there, like you said. Oh no, this is the big scene where he whoops the dad's ass.
Yeah.
When he's coming home, he looks across the street. That house is yellow taped off. Did you see that? The house where dude was like, Anthony.
Oh, that's
it's yellow tape around the house.
That's a good detail.
So that made me think like that's what she was saying when she was like, "That's not your friend. Like, stay away from the nigga because he owned like he's probably in some street shit."
Yeah, I didn't even peep that.
But that's the first thing I noticed when he bent the corner. You see the yellow tape. He kind of look over there, but then he looked back at his house and all the kids is outside.
Yeah,
and he like, "What y'all doing out here?" And they like, "The door's locked."
Yeah, little subtle details like that I feel like it's dope. I'm mad that I didn't catch it because that's dope.
Yeah, that's dope. So it made in my mind, it took me full circle. Like, oh, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
At first, I thought she was saying he's making fun because I'm like, he's not making fun of him. He's just like, because it's like you could tell when a nigga making fun of you because they'll start laughing. But he was just like Anthony, and then he kind of started celebrating, like throwing punches.
Yeah, I think it's because he jumped on one leg first. Like that was like the thing.
Yeah, but you would assume that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But and it's like you said, he don't take nobody's shot seriously. So when he looked back and he like, yeah, like.
Yeah.
It's like either he don't know he making fun of him or he's not making fun of him. You don't know. You're left to assume.
Right. But his mom was pre-warning him, and then that detail of the red yellow tape is pretty much that nigga died. Somebody died over there.
Somebody got killed, and I'm assuming it's him.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. I feel like the Don Cheadle's character, just to wrap it up, I feel like he was an asshole at first. That nigga was like, nigga, you ain't.
Wait, so do you? Okay, let me ask you that. Do you consider him an asshole or just honest?
Okay, so it's one thing you could be honest. Brutally honest is another thing, though. You know what I mean? You gotta see if you're gonna be honest, some type of compassion. You know what I mean? This guy wants to be in this college. He's a great wrestler. It's not like he coming on here to bullshit, which you probably know who he is. You've probably seen his tapes before. But you don't even want to give him a chance because you feel like what? You know what I mean? It's a lot of people that you like pretty much he didn't want to give him a chance because like, look, you're gonna be a walk-on, we're not giving you no money. It's just like that's not the point, nigga. I came here because I want to go.
So it's not that he wasn't giving him a chance. Because he started off by saying they can't offer it. He's like, it's not in my hands to even offer you a scholarship. I'm telling you what's going to happen. The people above him is going to look and be like, no, nigga, we're not. They're going to do him basically like he got done at the college thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to see him with one leg, like, we're not offering you shit. So his thing was like, I'm just being honest with you. This is what it is. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. And then remember at the end, Anthony was like, well, I got a full ride over here. He was like, take that.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, don't pass up on the take. So he's being through the whole thing like, this is what's going to happen because it's pretty much out of my hands. I can't explain it up to him like, hey, I know he got one leg, but just check it out. They already seen it as he's handicapped. We're not finna put no money into him. You know what I mean?
I guess what I would have looked at it as the student is because like you don't know me. You're a stranger. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like somebody that knows me being brutally honest. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, look, bro, you might want to take that. You know what I mean? But if I'm coming here to you, if I ask the coach about you, don't, you know what I mean? Like, give it to me straight, but don't just be like, nigga, you just take the other offer, nigga.
I mean, what?
I don't want that.
It's different if he like if he never gave him the thoughts of being like, you're not good at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't like that with none of the students. Like he told all of them in there, he was like, how many of y'all was the best in y'all class? How many of this? It don't matter. At the end of this, 30 of y'all going home. So it's like he's honest regardless. And he wasn't just like a nigga, you got one leg. Like, why are you trying to come here? That was never his approach. He's just like, this is the way it's going to happen. So he's like, you can try, but I'm being honest with you, this is the easier path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's talking to almost like it makes no sense for you to pass up a full ride to do a walk on here. So it's not like I'm not saying you can't make it, but it makes more sense to go the way that's they already guaranteed you a spot.
Right.
Why come here and take a shot at nothing and then have to work? Like you got to pay for everything you come here.
Nigga, because I want to. That's why.
But that's your response. And that was his response, basically. So it's like his brutally honest wasn't in a disrespectful way. Like I said, he wasn't just like you got one leg. What are you doing here? Like that wasn't his response. It was more like this is your path because we already got our guys selected. We're full already.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find out. I still find it hard to believe that they were 125 pounds.
Yeah,
it's hard to believe that a grown man is 125. My son is 100 something.
Well, shorter dudes.
You think they were short?
Possibly.
Oh, okay. 125 pounds, nigga. That's like young lady.
How? What did Mayweather weigh in at?
I mean, that's true because some of these guys just be cut up and they supposed to be like really lean or whatever. So it's lady like no body fat. So I don't know what that's like.
That's what I'm saying. It's the height makes a difference.
Yeah, that's true. So I think Mayweather fighting weight. I think he's like he got to be like 148. Like that's
yeah, and he's like what 5'5" maybe
5'8".
Mayweather's 5'8". They're
Man,
lying. They look like 5'5", 5'6".
That's what it's saying on the internet. I don't know for sure, but yeah.
But I'm saying it's possible if you cut it, it's possible.
It's no fat, so yeah. But I get that. Michael T was funny. I felt like he played his character well to be like kind of like the.
He is who he always is in movies.
He was the janitor from ATL.
Mm-hmm. He's that in every movie he's in.
Yeah, J-Lo, she did her thing. Yeah, I mean we could rate it.
I thought we didn't rate. Did we say we don't rate true stories, or do we?
Did we rate Robert? We didn't rate Rob Peace because it was like he died. It was kind of like nigga.
It was a true story. We said we don't rate true stories.
Okay, yeah, but if anything, I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's like I said, it fits in the when I'm comparing it to those other movies. I'm not saying it's blah. I'm saying it fits in those categories. Like this, it's inspirational. It's very inspirational compared to it's like Sunset Park. It's like the movie with Terrence Howard and them playing chess. It's like you always get those inspirational movies. It's one of those. It fits right in there.
But yeah, it's like some of these movies, I thought he was gonna lose. You know, like these new movies that they take you all the way to the end and them niggas lose. You like, God damn.
Hey, that's reality. Sunset Park, I was crying laughing when that nigga he got a shot blocked. I thought that shit was hilarious. Like this nigga thought he had one.
That thing with Coach Carter, it was like nigga missed a shot at the end. I'm like,
yeah. I appreciate when they show that angle. Like everybody can't win, nigga. Like somebody got to lose.
It really happens, so true stories don't be, you know what I mean? But yeah, good movie on Amazon Prime right now.
Hopefully y'all watch it. Like, share, subscribe, talk back. Wherever if you're there, let us know below how y'all felt about the movie, and we'll be back with something else hopefully soon.
Peace.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.